Things like targeting, following up, call to action, personalizing, everything has to be perfect. If you rely on others, you will just honestly never learn how to do things properly because you don't have control. Every kid seems like they just want to be a lead gen guru and master out there. Now, with that said, there are some really good lead gen agencies out there. I don't want to just paint the whole industry bad. Welcome back, guys, to another video. This one is a juicy one. We're going to talk about if client acquisition, lead gen, business development agencies are actually good or they're actually applying more harm than good. So make sure you sit down and watch, especially if this is very relevant to you. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Preston. I've been a professional recruiter for over 10 years now, running and scaling my own agency. I started in 2015 as a solo recruiter, made over $500,000 on my own desk alone, made that minimum every single year to present day, now scaling a profitable agency where we engage with some of the best brands in the country. Let's get into the video. So what's going on? Right now, I'm noticing a huge uptick in all these guys reaching out to me, calling themselves, framing themselves as some sort of lead gen gurus or masters that have been just blasting my socials, sending me cold emails on the daily, promising free amount of leads in a max amount of days. We don't have to pay. It's risk-free. Oh my God, sounds almost too good to be true, because for the most part, it actually is. It's very, very attractive. I get it. I understand why people are signing up, and these guys are smart in what they're doing and they absolutely know what they're doing, right? And the reason why they're really focusing on lead gen and client acquisition is so much has changed in that arena within recruitment, especially for third-party agencies in the last 3 to 5 years. So what I mean by that is 3 to 5 years ago or further away, the way to really get clients is through your network and your database and sending out the generic emails or calls every now and then. But that doesn't work anymore. Things are a lot more noisier. Things are a lot more competitive. You have to do every step perfectly now. So on top of like understanding how to actually recruit well, best practices, on top of that, you now have to learn how to actually do lead gen and B2B sales perfectly. And if any step in that process is not good, you will not get results, consistent leads, clients for your business, and your business will just never grow, right? Things like targeting, following up, call to action, personalizing, everything has to be perfect. If not, you will not have a business, right? Client acquisition is the biggest pain point for agency owners, but also for really any businesses out there. If you can't dial in client acquisition, your business will absolutely never take off. If you rely on others, whether it's a service, a platform, freelance platforms, things like that.
Are you completely lost on how to implement AI or automation in your business? Are you struggling with getting responses from new clients? Are you an established recruiter who is struggling to level up or break 6 figures and beyond? Or do you have no idea how to even start a successful recruitment business at all, whether it's full-time or part-time? If any of these resonate with you, please check out the Recruiter School, a premier educational and coaching program that will teach you everything I've learned in the past decade that has helped me bill over $5 million on my own desk, where I had also the chance to work with the best companies in the world. You'll learn everything from what is the best ATS to how to master client acquisition, what are the best plugins and tools, what are the best platforms to find candidates on, how do you optimize your website and even LinkedIn profile, or how do you actually systematize your workflow with the best AI and automation. The best part, we will also personally handhold and be with you every step of the way through our one-on-one coaching, just to make sure you understand and implement everything perfectly. But don't just take my word for it. Since we launched, the number of success stories that we created have truly been jaw-dropping and amazing. Whether it's making 5 figures part-time, to picking up their first clients within the first couple days to a week, to now making $30,000, $40,000, $50,000 per month consistently, I could go on and on and on. So if you're interested to learn more, make sure you click on the link below to book a time. Since our schedule books up really fast, make sure you reach out quickly. See you on the other side.
So what's the danger? What's going on? If you rely on others, whether it's a service, a platform, freelance platforms, things like that, you will just honestly never learn how to do things properly because you don't have control. Whether it's client acquisition, closing the clients, managing relationships, anything that you let another platform do, then you are basically giving them the power, right? You will always give others the power instead of having it yourself. You will let others dictate your future, lifestyle, and income. And as a result, you will never be able to really fully sleep peacefully at night, because you're going to wake up and every day you can do the same thing. You're going to go to your service provider saying, hey, do we get leads? Do we get leads? Do we get leads? Days go by, weeks go by, months go by, right? And then what if that provider like stops or goes out of business? You're back to square one. All successful businesses, if you think of all successful businesses, they do things for the most part in-house. You don't get to a certain level of income or certain level of success outsourcing everything, let alone one of the most important things, which is client acquisition or sales or lead gen, right? You can get to a certain level, but most companies, think of like your favorite companies right now, they've done everything in-house. They've either learned how to do it themselves, they hire the right people to do it instead of relying on every single agency for every single domain practice out there, right? So what actually is happening? Lead gen agencies out there, and for a weird reason, it seems like they're getting younger and younger and younger and younger. Every kid seems like they just want to be a lead gen guru and master out there. They know that business development and client acquisition is a huge pain point for agencies, right? And as a result, they just take advantage of that, coming up with some ridiculous, too good to be true offers, really relying heavily on the desperation of us recruiters and teams to learn onboard new people. They get you on some sort of flat fee monthly plan, and when they can't deliver consistently, they drop you, you leave, that's fine. They're going to go out there and they know they're going to always reach out to a pool of desperate recruiters out there who want help. Meanwhile, for the recruiter's point of view, we get hopeful, praying to God that this provider is it, right? They have a track record. They know how to help recruiters. They've helped other recruiters. They can help me. And you can just pay them a month, kick back, relax, never have to worry about client acquisition, just focus on candidates. And yeah, that's great, right? I mean, if only that was true. And for the most part, it's not. What happens though? Ask yourself, what happens if it doesn't work out? You're back to square one, back on this perpetual hamster wheel, looking for another service provider, trying them out, free trial, paying them a subscription, paying them a flat fee, and then praying again that everything works out, right? That's not how you want to live a life. That's not how you want to run a business. How can you comfortably call yourself a business owner when you're like outsourcing some of the most important things in your business? What happens if it goes wrong? That's what I want to make crystal clear, right? Now, with that said, there are some really good lead gen agencies out there. I don't want to just paint the whole industry bad, but again, if they are good and you find someone that's good, I implore you to ask them what has been their track record consistently in the last 3 months, 6 months, 12 months or more. You can find people with decent track records in 3 months, but 6 months, 12 months or more, the fewer and fewer and fewer people are standing around because it's very, very difficult. They have to constantly adapt, evolve. Instead, they're just focused on short-term gains, really milking that desperation, trying to onboard as much people as possible, throw you away because you're all desperate or they're not delivering for you and they just go out there and find other victims, right? And that's something that honestly leaves a bad taste in my mouth. I'm like, if you're going to do the business, if you're going to call yourself a business owner, let's learn how to do it properly, right? Will you build a business that constantly relies on a provider to keep your business afloat? If so, you are literally building a business on thin ice. At any second, the ice can crack. At any second, your feet can just go right through it. What if the music stops? You are back to square one. It doesn't matter if you've been working with a provider for 3, 6, 12 months. If it stops, you're literally back to day one, scrambling all over again. I'm here to share with you that business to business lead generation is not as complicated and scary as you think. Instead of relying others to fish, you are sitting on a boat looking into the ocean with tons of fish in front of you. You can just learn how to stick your hand in yourself and grab out an unlimited amount of fish as possible, right? To build a business and to be confident in your future, you have to learn how to do it yourself. There are absolutely no shortcuts. I learned that the hard way as well. You have to learn how to fish, right? So that you have the power. If you always give the power to someone else, you will be hungry at times. You want to eat fish. There's no fish coming your way. Or these people with beautiful golden fishing rods trying to lure you in can't catch anything. And they're just going to jump to another boat, the next boat, the next boat. Meanwhile, you're just sitting there starving, becoming more and more desperate. That is painful. That is hell. I think if you do this business properly, it can feel like the best business ever. And if you are not doing it properly, it can feel like the worst business ever. You can use lead gens. I think there's a place and time for them to help you as secondary supplemental resources, not as a primary. I want you to learn how to do this yourself. You can do it. And then if you want more manpower, want more juice, then add a lead gen agency on top of it as a supplement, right? That way, even if they work out or not, that's fine because you know how to do this yourself. And that is the most important thing. You will absolutely waste more time and more money going on this perpetual hamster wheel. I even talk to people and they're like, yeah, Preston, I have like 3 to 5 service providers going. Once I have a plan B, plan C, plan D. And that's great, but I can't even imagine the ungodly amount of money he's spending every single month on these services. Like they're not cheap. They're at least kind of a couple thousand, minimum 1,500, 1,000, and some are charging much, much higher. So if you have 3, 4, 5 of these, I don't even want to know how much you're spending per month. I mean, if you're having that budget, might as well learn how to do it properly, right? So again, be careful, guys. There is a place and time. Not all of them are bad. Some of them are fantastic, but be careful and be very, very cautious. And if you're talking to someone, really dig in deep. Like, don't just ask them what is their short-term wins. Ask them like, hey, are there referrals, testimonials, and do you have a track record of actually doing things midterm, long-term? Because I don't know about you, but when it comes to business, I want to build a business that's around not the next 30 days, but the next, 3 months, 12 months, 3 to 5 years, right? Long-term horizon. And so that's how I know that I can sleep comfortably at night and I'm building correctly with the right intentions. So try to avoid short-term shortcuts, short-term gains. There's a lot of traps out there, and it's our obligation as business owners to be aware, to always scan for things that can help you, but also scan for things that can also make sure you go back 3 to 5 steps, right? Where you don't want to do that. So I hope that this video helps. Be very, very careful. I probably get ungodly amount of messages every single day, and I just simply ignore them. And I'm at a point where my agency knows how to go out there and convert clients like clockwork, and it puts us in a position of power where we can turn down clients. We can be selective who we want to work with. And that is the main point I want all of you to aspire to, where this business truly feels like the most beautiful thing ever. You can work with clients that actually want help, that value your opinion, and forming a collaborative situation that sets everyone, including you, for success. So if you like this video, guys, please give us a thumbs up. If you have more questions, let me know, but really appreciate it. We'll see you on the next one.